Wise here at the Weights and Bars training facility for another edition of GSF Weekly. Let's take a look at what we got in store this week. Stanford is going bowling right in their backyard.
Justin Lum here with the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles. Let me tell you.
Who did Mr. Game of the Week crown as king? And Courtney Ponce welcomes GSF from Southern California.
Courtney Ponce here at Angel Stadium for a CIF Championship doubleheader. First up, we have the West Valley Division, followed by the long-anticipated Pac-5 Division Championship game.
All that and more on GSF Weekly. Back at the Weights and Bars training facility, it was a week of section championships, and GSF was alive and well down south with our very own Courtney Ponce.
Both Mission Viejo and Vista Marietta came into the game 11-2, but one team's record was going to improve and get a ring. Mission Viejo's defense came in hot the first half, sacking quarterback Kyle Williams twice and holding the junior to 37 yards rushing and 106 yards passing. Here's a quick side note. Williams was a receiver throughout his football career until earlier this season he was switched to quarterback. By mid-season, when he got the feel of this new spot, he led his team to the division finals. Diablo quarterback Brock Johnson completed 9 of 11 passes for 134 yards, 1 interception and a pair of touchdowns to wide receiver Connor Hill, as Mission Viejo won its first West Valley Division title and 6th section crown. Final score 21-10 Mission Viejo.
What did you guys do to prepare to come and take on Vista Marietta?
We just knew we had to come out playing as a team, come out playing with knowing it might be our last game and that we have to leave everything on the field.
Talk about the ultimate showdown with St. John Bosco and Centennial in the Pac-5 Division Championship game. What started off to be a close neck-and-neck game took a quick turn whenever Husky running back Samonte Bonner had the ball in his hands. With J.J. Taylor still out due to surgery recovery, Bonner stepped up big time and led his team with 227 yards and 4 huge touchdowns on 42 carries. Now, Bonner may have been putting up the big points, but the Dogs' defense was key. Forcing 3 Bosco turnovers and capitalizing on each one was a huge game changer, resulting in a 48-41 victory over the Braves. The Huskies will face De La Salle December 20th in a NorCal-SoCal battle for the state championship.
We prepped for this all year. When JJ go down, it was just my turn to step in line. O-line told me they got me, and I told them I'm gonna just run on them. And I'm gonna make it happen for the team and get the W.
Great job, Courtney. We'll see you again next week for the state championship. Back in the Bay, the NCS and CCS championships were in full effect, and for an astonishing 23rd year in a row, De La Salle led the charge. De La Salle dominated Pitt 35-0 for the NCS Division I championship. The Spartans' run game was unstoppable. Andrew Hernandez finished the night with 3 touchdowns, while fellow running back Antoine Custer was a yard shy of 200 yards on 22 carries. DLS will now take on Centennial in the CIF Open Division Championship. For the first time in school history, the Sacred Heart Prep Gators claimed the CCS Open Division after defeating the Bellarmine Bells 14-0. The Gators defense frustrated the Bells all night and managed 2 second-half scores led by Washington-bound senior Ben Burke-Hervin. In D2 play of the CCS, the St. Francis Lancers took down league foe Mitty for the second time this year by a score of 17-7 en route to its 2nd Division II title in the last 3 years. SF pounded the rock all night long. Dennis Green led the charge with his 156 yards on 28 carries. And finally, the NCS D2 final saw Clayton Valley continue its perfect season by knocking off rival Concord once again to the tune of 33-6. Miles Harrison, aka Booby Miles, had himself a game to remember with his 22 carries for 281 yards and 3 touchdowns. That led to Game of the Week MVP honors and the D2 title for the Ugly Eagles. Stanford will take on Maryland for the first time ever in the Foster Farms Bowl at Levi Stadium on December 30th. The Cardinal won its final 2 regular season games in convincing fashion to remain in the bowl hunt despite the absence of Ty Montgomery. His status remains in question until the week before the game. Speaking of Levi Stadium, the Oregon Ducks rolled past Arizona in the Pac-12 championship and now find themselves in the first ever college playoff semifinals, which is also the Rose Bowl game. Keep an eye out also for updates on the first ever GSF All-Star Draft, and I'll be back next week with a recap of this weekend's regional matchups. That does it for me at the Weights and Bars Training Facility. I'm Edwin Wise, and this is GSF Weekly.